unmute. Yay!
Yay!
New overlay again, done by Khalees.
All the overlay changes.
Yes. Yeah, every stream, a new one.
Until we lock in exactly what we like.
I like this one like quite a bit, like with the chat on the side there, the little picture. If we talk about stuff that involves a picture, audio mix is good. Good.
Yay.
Good.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Gulfin.
Thanks for making sure that everything is on lock, lay goof.
Yes, we got this.
Chelly, how's it going?
Good.
Pro streamers here.
Pro streamers. Hell yeah. Like we've been doing this for like 5 years, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's gonna,
so
it's
we're
done.
done.
September.
Holy shit. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I still feel like a little baby. Sometimes a little baby streamer.
Yeah. Totally little baby nuggets. I keep losing losing followers. I like laugh because I was almost at 500 and now I'm at like 492.
I cannot keep track of that. Like,
I was like, okay.
I used to be like super like aware of like what number I had, and then I just forget, and I'm like, I don't know if I lost followers. I don't know. I can't tell. I literally can't tell now.
See it every now and then on my stream dashboard or whatever. I don't like search out for it. That's for sure. I don't know how many do I have. It's always like, oh, there it is.
The funniest thing is that I had a stream the other day, and somebody two people followed me, and like I forgot that my alert was what my alert was, because it's been so long since anyone's followed me.
Like, oh, that's the feeling. Oh, that's what that is.
Oh my god, a fall. Hi.
Oh, hello. Good to see you.
Hi, thank you for that.
Oh, that's so funny. I love it.
but I am trying to up my I'm a YouTube game. Like, I've scheduled videos to come out like every day, like for like the next week.
Yeah.
So
well done.
I'm trying to not that like I'm trying to like become a pro or anything. It just, I don't know, it's just fun, because this might sound terrible and make me sound vain or something, but I like watching my own things. I make myself laugh, and I just enjoy myself.
It's so much fun to laugh at yourself.
Like, is
totally
it
agree.
wrong that I have fun watching my clips, or is it fine?
I think it's completely okay. In fact, that's probably the best part about reviewing your clips after a stream.
Yeah.
And also creating the clips for YouTube or TikTok or whatever.
Yeah.
Just dying laughing at yourself.
Yeah, Goofy, you had your console for 6 years too. Because you got it Black Friday like 6 years ago.
Wow, well done.
And 6 years ago, I think, is when I got my own Xbox One. Because before that, I had my Xbox 360, and Jordan and I shared the Xbox One. And I'm like, oh, it's on sale. Let's go to Best Buy. and then I bought my own console.
We were doing the same thing. We were Xbox 360. We had the Kinect. We had Destiny going. We were huge Destiny fans.
Oh, yeah.
And eventually we upgraded to 2 Xbox Ones, and then I was able to stream by myself, like on my own, through the Xbox. Yeah, we all played a lot of games. Did we play mostly like Friday? And
maybe?
I guess we didn't play a whole lot. Maybe at that time we more.
I think at that time, I think we watched each other more, because you played like I'm a Destiny a bunch. We played 7 days essentially a bunch. Like, at that time it was 7 days. Like, we were obsessed with 7 days. Yeah. I miss it. I love it. It just, on PC, no matter how hard you try to fix like the graphics here and there, you can't. You might have the strongest PC you could ever fucking own, and when you run, it's still gonna look like garbage. Because I've seen on professional streamers too, it still looks like garbage, because it's a weird game. They made it weird. Like, the graphics is so much, even though it shouldn't be.
I agree. I completely agree. I tried out original or the Overwatch that I had played forever on just Xbox the other day versus PC.
Yeah, and how'd that go?
I actually got a little motion sick
Oh,
from the
really?
Xbox version because it was so bad, because I'm used to playing on like 175 FPS, right, on my PC.
So basically you're spoiled now.
Spoiled rotten. So like it's a little opposite, it's a little opposite there going on as far as that effect goes. But you're right. I mean, yeah.
Like
A little clunky.
Like Jordan and I talked, and like PCs, they're pretty pricey. We all spent a pretty penny on all our PCs.
Mm-hmm.
I do not feel any regret at all about it. Even even during times when like there's a month that's tight, I'm like, oh, if I had that extra, blah blah. I never feel like my PC was a bad choice. I'm always so happy with it. It brings me so much joy. I literally use it every day.
You're getting your money's worth.
You're getting your money's worth.
In that sense.
It was such a great purchase. Like Xbox and PlayStation, all of them are great. I love my PC. I love it.
I love it. I agree. I love mine too.
PC is never a bad choice. I know, but it is a lot of money to like throw down and spend. And like maybe if like tougher times comes, then maybe I'll be like, oh, maybe we shouldn't have done that. But then I don't know, like.
Yeah, but you did it in a time when you could. So
exactly.
Like looking at it in that way, it's kind of, I don't know. It's a hard way to justify that.
Like
I don't regret what you did when you.
I don't think I would ever think about selling it. Like if we hit like shit times. Sell my
computer.
Nah.
I'd rather use it as a way to make money versus trying to like. I don't know, than to sell it, to not be able, because like you could write up documents, you could do so many things with just a basic, even just any computer, but this specifically you could do. I mean, not like you make a lot of money streaming, but you could, if you were like in a shit position and could stream, you could do it. Or you could make content or whatever.
Which, speaking of, I got my Twitch payout the other day, and it just cracks me up because it's like $100 every like 6 months or something, but it's like so exciting.
It's so cool. It's like
it's like, oh my god.
Yeah, it's been a few months since I've had a payout. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, like I don't even think about it until like a couple of months pass, and I'm like, I should check on what that's at right now. And then like a couple of weeks ago, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna check it, and it's like $100. I'm like, I should be getting that soon. It's just exciting. Like I do not bank on my Twitch money whatsoever because it's so sparse.
When you get paid though, because it's like, oh wow, like it's always kind of like, oh wow, like I played video games.
Yeah, and I get money for it.
Like in a sense, like it's just kind of a trippy like.
Yeah.
That's a weird thing to comprehend.
It is a weird thing. Like I've told my dad about it, and I told him like I don't make a bunch. Like I make like $100 every like 4 to 6 months, and he's like, "Wait, you get real money for this?" And I'm like, "Yeah, but it's only for like I don't want to hype it up." But he's like, "What?" I'm so confused.
I like to try to manifest good things from streaming if I can. I hype it up if I can.
Yeah.
Sure. Wrote off my computer last year for taxes because we bought it at the beginning of this year from last year.
Nice.
Because we were able to.
That's awesome.
Yeah, because we used it for streaming.
I feel weird about like hyping up. I have such a weird thing when it comes to streaming. I feel weird about hyping it up because I don't know why, but I feel super fake when I hype up my stream. Like it's like, oh, I'm going live. Come see me do blah blah blah. But like, I shouldn't feel that. I feel agree. Weird. I just feel like everyone's like, shut up, Chelsea. You're not fucking doing anything. You're just the nobody baby streamer that's constantly playing the same 2 games every year, and then just random games between those. Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I feel the exact same way. I feel the exact same way, but I like to hype myself up on something that like I enjoy because it's fun.
Yeah.
But like I don't like to advertise myself. So that's where balance. I balance where I advertise because, like we had discussed before we started, advertising myself on Facebook and things like that really makes me nervous because I'm opening up a space that I feel comfortable in to people that I don't necessarily feel comfortable bringing into.
Yes.
But I'm also sometimes willing to like let the door be open and be like, "All right, you want to try to be nice? Because this is what I enjoy." So like that's where I'm coming from as far as like, I guess getting excited about it.
Yeah.
Because I like to be excited, but I also like want to include people that might not realize what makes me happy, I guess.
Yeah.
And be like, oh, and you know, I don't know. Because I love it. I think it's great.
Like
but
on
you're
Facebook,
right.
I'm terrified to like put anything on Facebook to do with my streaming, mainly because this is going to sound so weird because like no one gives a shit, but they're going to be like, "Oh, Chelsea's just doing like the web stuff and she's doing nothing with her life and like she's just this loser just playing video games when she should be an adult." And I'm
How
like,
come she's not taking care of her kids?
Something like that. I don't know what. Even though no one's ever said anything shitty to me. No one's ever said.
Never, right?
No,
we hope.
No one's given a shit. I'm pretty sure. But I just feel like in their brains, that's what they're saying. They're like, "Oh, that Chelsea," and like I like video games, but I also have a career that I work at every single day. Even on days off, I'm still like doing my shit for my job. But like
being responsible human on this planet.
A lot of people view like if like we're streaming and stuff, we're sitting in our parents like basements, not paying rent and playing games all day. No, we're working ladies. And we have streaming as like a release from our day-to-day bullshit. Gaming is hobby, no different than gardening. I agree, but a lot of people don't view it like that. People poo-poo on gaming a whole lot. They think gaming's for children and boys. Like you know what I say, like what I mean by boys. I don't mean like
girls
children.
Don't game. Moms don't game.
Ladies don't game.
It just doesn't.
Immature boys game. That's kind of like how most people view gaming, and like.
And that's such a stereotype to say it in that way, you know, really, because I think that things are changing, but that a lot of perhaps older generations. I'll be vague in the description of ages because it could be younger people too. I don't know. But like typically it's an older generation that is going to be the most critical of what you're doing with your time in that way. I mean, typically.
Like most people would probably think that, oh, if they have time to do this shit, then they have time to, I don't know, get a second job. What do you want from us?
They want, to
what
have
do you
like
want?
5 jobs. It's like, well, no,
you get 5 jobs.
I have. Yeah, exactly.
Like streaming, I've never viewed it as a job. I view it as like, I don't know, just like I started streaming. The whole reason I started streaming was because I lost my job, and and then by the time I started, it was like maybe like 3 months into losing my job. I was super sad because I couldn't find a job. And I'm like, oh, this Xbox has Twitch. Holy shit, I can stream through the Xbox directly. And then that just happened because I needed something to fill my days instead of just sitting at home and crying because I didn't have a job. What's up, Mellow Joe? How's it going? We're just talking about what people think about adults that game. Essentially,
yes.
and stream.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mellow Joy is a friend.
Oh, hello, friend.
We met each other working at a store together, but longtime friend now since 2009, I'd say.
Do they make some sandwiches?
Hi. Yes, she was the cashier, and I was the cashier and deli maker.
Nice.
Sandwich maker person.
Hell yeah, sandwich artist.
Yeah. Artiste.
Yes.
Yes. I can make anything a sandwich. How you doing, Mel?
Hell yeah, you can make anything a sandwich. There's this there's this TikTok guy that I've been obsessed with like for the past like couple weeks, and he rolls dice to make a sandwich. So so he has a sheet of like what the breads could be, and it's like 6 breads. One like the other day he made a donut one because it rolled on a donut. So he made a sandwich out of a donut. Then he rolls for the meat, for the sauces, and rolls for the other things like tomato or a pickle or something like that. And he could end up with like really messed up sandwiches. Like I've seen some ones and I'm like, oh, dude, no.
I don't know about it. I could eat a donut sandwich.
But yeah, I've been obsessed with him. He can make anything a sandwich. I love him. And like he's made me want to make more sandwiches.
I want a freaking donut sandwich now.
Hell yeah.
What the heck? Oh,
what donut
so
though?
Good.
What donut though?
Maybe a maple bar.
Nice.
With like bacon, BLT.
A long john, and then you can like slice it open.
Yeah.
Krispy Kreme.
Krispy Kreme burgers.
That
interesting.
So I had a Krispy Kreme.
I don't mind Krispy Kreme
donut for the first time like 4 months ago.
Oh,
and
really? Was it fresh, hot from the store, or was it a box?
No. So the reason that I got it, because the only Krispy Kreme that's in here is kind of like a little bit farther away. Like, and there's only one place, I'm pretty sure. Like, there's only one store. In all of, like there's nothing downtown. There's nothing where I live. There's only one. And then we were we were going to leave our old building. And then a tenant actually brought us donuts. And I'm like, Krispy Kreme? I've dreamt of this day. And then I got so excited about these donuts. And they were magical. They were so good. Filled with that like whipped cream stuff.
Oh, you got filled ones. Okay.
Yes, they brought me a
Not
filled
just the
one.
original?
Nah, they brought me a filled one, which with donuts, if it has a filling, I love it.
Jelly.
I'm there. Give me the filled donuts. You gotta have them fresh. One day I will, but Jordan won't go all all the way out there just for donuts. I need to find another reason to go out there.
Find something else to do out there just to get, so then you can get yourself a hot, fresh Krispy Kreme donut.
Yeah,
that's where it's at.
But Jordan would never agree to go like all the way out there.
How long of a drive is it?
Let me look it up. It's probably closer now because I think we're closer to I'm at Delta, but I'm not actually sure where Delta is. New West to Delta. It's about a 22-minute drive, so that is better. But like traffic here, you gotta time your traffic because this place.
I'm not going to Truckee.
I'm going to Truckee for a Taco Bell Mexican pizza. That sounds like a good trip.
Okay, so the only like fast food we have around, I think right now, might be a Subway in Tahoe City.
You hate Subway though,
and I hate Subway.
I love Subway. You hate Subway though.
I'm a sandwich snob.
You are
straight up.
Totally.
I'm a sandwich snob, and Subway ain't gonna cut it. No. I'd rather go to like a little deli where they like sell.
That's fair. Like I agree, but
tasty sandy.
I love Subway. My sister
worked
like shut. You don't like Subway, but you will get the meatball Subway. That's disgusting.
Only, like that or a club sandwich.
That's okay. That's
like
fine.
The Italian club.
I always get a turkey breast and ham sandwich. Yeah. I was a Quiznos
person. I don't think I've ever eaten at Quiznos.
They have good pizza.
There was another one that starts with a T that I can't think of. I had in San Jose. I can't think of the name of the sandwich shop, but it was along the lines. of that whole Subway, Quiznos, whatever. It was pretty good.
But Quiznos, does Quiznos do pizza, or am I thinking? No, I'm thinking of Panago Pizza, not Quiznos.
Yes, there it is.
Quiznos is horrible. Subway's way better than Quiznos.
I've never Quiznos that I can think of, because we grew up with a Subway and a McDonald's in town, and the closest Taco Bell was either in Truckee or Kings Beach, both of which were 15 to 20 miles, or, well, yeah, a 20-minute, 30-minute drive away.
The closest like Taco Bell to us, because like we didn't grow up with like Taco Bell. Taco Bell here, like it, like in Canada. It's here, but like we don't care about it. Or no, people care about it, but they're very rare to find. Let's say that.
Okay.
And so we grew up with Taco Time instead of Taco Bell, which I will say is superbly better to Taco Bell. It is superior in my opinion, because I'm going to just compare the hot sauces for a second.
Ooh,
Taco Bell's hot sauce, when you squeeze it out, it's just a sauce. I know what that sounds like.
Squeeze it out. I don't know why. I was drinking.
But you know what I mean? Like, it's just a plain old sauce. There's nothing in it. It's just red hot sauce. Okay. You know? Taco Time's hot sauce. You don't squeeze it out of anything. It's in like a little cuppy thing with a lid.
Oh, nice.
And
so like it's
it has seasoning. Like, you can see seasonings in it.
It's not just in a packet. Okay.
It's not just in a packet. It's not just a red sauce. It's a seasoning sauce. And to me, I'm like, that's just higher quality, superior. My friend.
Yeah, no, Taco Bell is definitely like not quality.
Taco Bell
in that way.
is shit
Jim
quality,
Boy's
but good.
Is good.
Del Taco.
I can't remember if I've had Del Taco, but I can vouch for Jim Boy's Taco.
I'm El Pollo
Loco. I don't think I've eaten there either.
I've never heard of it.
I need to eat other places.
Del Taco, I've had a few times, but that was like back when like it was first coming over here, and Jordan is like, I'm not eating at Del Taco. I'm going to Mucho Burrito. Thank you very much. And he just won't go to Del Taco, even though Del Taco is good.
Mexican food. The heck.
But it's risky because everything that's like kind of like real Mexican food, quote unquote, has cilantro hidden in it. And I'm not a cilantro girl, and Jordan's not a cilantro boy.
You guys don't do cilantro?
We're not fans. Like,
does it taste like soap to you guys?
Yes.
I'm so sorry.
And it takes.
So sad. At least you get to not enjoy it together.
Like, if I have a big old bite of food and it doesn't have, I'm like, oh, this is great, and then you have like the one bite that has it, and it's like, that's all I taste now.
I love cilantro.
What does it taste like for you?
It's just like cilantro. It's like it's just an herb. It's hard to describe because it's like in a lot of Mexican food. So it's like I always think of like kind of just like this bite in the salsa that's not like, it's almost, it's not nearly as hot, but it kind of has like, I was gonna say almost like a horseradish.
It tastes green, Mello says.
It's not spicy. It tastes green. Do you get what I'm saying? It's not spicy like cilantro, or I mean like horseradish. It's more like,
so it's
very subtle.
Like the first time we had it, I was making a dish and it asked for it, and I'm like, oh, cilantro. I like green herbs and food. I love that shit. Mm-hmm. So I bought a bunch and I like chopped it up and like I threw it in, and like I'm sitting there going, this cutting board just doesn't smell good. And then we ate it and we're like, this is horrible. We literally had to throw out the actual meal because we've never had it. And then we got it and then we ate it and we're like, it didn't taste like what I thought it was going to taste like. And it was a soup. No, not a soup. A soap tasting food. And we just realized then that we don't like it.
Yeah, it's like parsley in a way. But like.
Better. But parsley is better.
Maybe try parsley in it next time you guys try.
We totally will. But like like Spanish foods and stuff, we're always ready for that cilantro bite. Always.
Yeah, you got to be ready for it, especially if it's authentic from Mexico. There's a lot of authentic Mexican food around me. There's a lot of Mexican culture, so I'm used to it. I love it.
No.
Like a good pico de gallo, you got to have the white onion,
we're
tomato,
too white for that shit.
Yeah.
We came from a province that's like farmers and shit. Do you think farmers are like, hell yeah, cilantro? Nah, they're not. Especially not the farmers that I know. There's no way that they'd have that shit in any food. They'd be like, get this Mexican shit out of here.
It's good. It's really good.
Cilantro is Toronto. Yes. So yeah, I'm sorry, but like Saskatchewan is a white farmer's land. That's what it is. That's what Saskatchewan is.
And like there's farmer's land obviously in California, but there's a lot of Spanish-based.
Yeah, exactly.
Hispanic-based culture.
Yeah. So that's not Saskatchewan. Saskatchewan is like old families farming.
Yeah.
Farming the mustard seed and shit.
The mustard seed. There's a lot of vegetables that came from mustard seed.
Yeah.
Cabbage, broccoli.
Like every year you'd be driving to see oceans of just
how pretty.
Yellow plant.
Yeah. I always can pick out the mustard and on drives through California. And like when we went to Gojira, actually, it was like, there's a field of mustard.
Yeah.
It's like, so pretty though. I love yellow.
I love it. I do miss like driving like the truck and like going on like my long trips and just looking out to the vast fields of stuff.
Yeah.
You came from way back. Yes, Saskatchewan is full of them. I'm Ukrainians. You will be surprised to walk up to anybody there and they're like, no, I'm not actually. I'm Ukrainian. Everyone's fucking part of them from their like. There's so many of them, so many. Born over border in Canada. Ooh, he's one of us then. One of us.
I need to do a test.
A what?
Of my
like that 23andMe thing.
I don't even know what that is, but
yeah, same.
One of the tests.
We should do it and then talk about it on the stream.
That would be a good idea.
Oh my god! But I heard it costs money, so it's like $100. I think
money. It's not free. That's something we'd have to like
invest.
Really consider doing and invest in.
I think that's a great idea.
It's a great idea. Yeah, we definitely need some. Well, we don't need ideas for stream because we're always popping up. Like, we have plenty of things to talk about. Usually when pop, like, look at us. Fucking half hour in already.
I'm just writing it down. One sec. You're going to come back. I'm just writing it down or else I'm going to forget about it.
You're fine. You're fine.
How do I get you back?
23.
There you go.
Oh, you have one? No? Okay. It's one of the best they have. Lots of sales that drop it to like 50 off.
Okay.
We'll have a list of things. Because there was that idea of doing like what we would do in a scenario as a parent and not the parent. I forget what that was called, but we had that written down.
That was an idea.
Which was a great idea, I thought. Like we could do that, not like for a full segment, but we could do like a couple examples and go through that or whatever. Am I the asshole is definitely going to stick in. So basically, the reason this kind of like segued into that is because we've kind of decided to steer off of the movie review.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. So we're going to end up kind of going over other things instead. So tonight, that's kind of why we've added the Mandela effect portion or topic to tonight. And I only have a couple of them and one personal one that I always enjoy. And then Chelly can go over what anyone that she has. I don't know. It'd be a surprise to me. I don't know what she has up her sleeve on that one because I brought that up a couple days ago with the Mandela effect. And then we have, of course, Am I the Asshole? It's our third installment, episode 3 of Am I the Asshole, where I go to reddit.com and go to the forum AITA, Am I the Asshole? And pick out a few Am I the Asshole stories. So yeah, we'd love any input you guys want to throw in for topics, things you want us to discuss, things that we can have different points of view on. For example, I'm from America. Chelly is from Canada. Getting points of view, like from maybe different countries, sides of things. Again, and this is the biggest reason we do this live is so that way we can get instant chat feedback from anyone who obviously wants to communicate with us through chat, which there always is some beautiful human beings that you know who you are who like to give us input. So
that is our YouTube there, just in case, because we do upload clips and like the full stream there too, just in case like you wanna
lots going on there. Chelly does all of our video editing, and she puts a bunch of highlights up on there. Also the TikTok to check as well, because she puts up a bunch of videos.
I've been slacking on that, but I'll get back on that.
No, it's okay, but because there's a lot on there right now. I was just looking at it. There's a bunch of videos on there. If you want to check out to like get up to the know of where we are and how we got to where we are right now, and why we're looking at a pile of poop and toilet paper and things like that.
Yes.
I don't know why. It's like, it was cute.
Like, I do want to throw that, like, we do like enjoy doing doing the film stuff and like reviewing them. It just we enjoy the interactions with like the like am I the asshole in that kind of stuff. And it's more fun to like pick apart and like find clips for rather than like the movie one. That's just a personal thing for me. It's just more fun to find clips.
Yeah, I agree. I think if we do a movie review in the future, it will be something that we're both interested that is coming out through like a streaming service that we both haven't seen, perhaps, or something along those lines. Like this all started. The movie review started with
Turning Red.
This whole thing started
Encanto.
With Tiger King.
Yes,
originally.
Tiger King originally.
We want to go way back. It started with Tiger King.
Yeah.
And then we decided to actually create the podcast, in which that was, I think our first one on the podcast we talked about.
Was Turning Red.
Encanto?
No,
yeah, it was Turning Red.
Encanto was before. We kind of just we were both completely obsessed with it. And then Turning Red came out, and that was the first like episode that no one will ever see because we didn't press save previous stream and we didn't like record it. So it's a stream that no one's ever going to see, which still makes me sad to this day because it was so good.
A lost stream.
the lost stream, the what's the word?
That's true.
What's the word I'm thinking of?
You
like
should definitely
Turning Red.
Check out our Turning Red information or clips and stuff on YouTube.
We have
just
2
watched it last
clips.
Week. We got a couple clips on there, which are pretty funny, you know. And did we put the whole podcast on YouTube, or is that one
of
that
what Turning Red?
Of Turning Red.
No, that one's gone forever.
Oh, that's the Gone Forever.
That's the Gone Forever one.
Yeah. So there's the two really funny little clips.
Yeah.
Right? You don't have to go right now, but when you have time, stick around.
Get out of here
right now.
Get out of here. Yeah. Go watch them.
Go watch it and come back. Right now.
Right now. We're just like we'll like wait here for you to watch those.
Right meow.
Just kidding.
Okay. Waiting, Mel. Just kidding. Yeah, so that's just a heads up on kind of some updates on our podcast.
Yeah.
Right now. And where we lie and what we're going to be doing with that jazz. All right, meow.
Meow.
Yeah, so I guess we can dive into the first Mandela effect.
Sure. Let's start with Mandela effects. Love those things. By the way, every time we change a picture, the chat's going to disappear. But I have chat here, so it's fine if we miss anything.
Yes. And that's just for now, because of how I'm presenting this tonight, I'm doing it. So we're obviously not in the same room because we're in different countries.
One day. One day we'll be together one day.
So I will be
Manila.
So I will be updating. You say Manila effect? I think
Mandela effect.
Did I say Manila?
I don't think so. I think Goofa just heard you say Manila. The Manila effect.
So yeah, it's gonna clear chat out for now because I'm updating it through Stream Elements. Anyways.
Oh, might have.
So probably. This one.
What is this one?
I thought it was kind of interesting. So I think Chelly did. It's all your fault, Chelly.
All my fault.
So we were wondering, does anybody else remember objects in mirror may appear closer? Or has it always been objects in mirror are closer than they appear?
I think it's may.
This person clearly remembers the may in that objects may be closer than they appear.
Yeah.
They check their side mirrors on their car and it just says objects and mirrors are closer than they appear.
What?
I just sworn it said may appear closer. So this was one that I had never really heard before, so I wanted to look into it.
I want to debunk it a little bit. I have a theory.
Okay, go ahead.
In the older cars, it might have said may, and then the newer cars are R. So
okay.
I think that this one has a pretty easy explanation if that is the case, because I swear to God it said may appear closer.
I've always thought it said may as well.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna read some of the comments just because.
Go for it.
I'm not going to have the answers, obviously.
Obviously, because there isn't one, because it's not a Mandela effect.
So this person says, I remember may be closer than they appear.
Yeah.
And another person replies, I did too. Went to Voodoo and started Jurassic Park as it's the first movie I could think of with very good close-up of side mirrors and nope, are closer than they appear.
Oh, really?
Both our vehicles say are closer. I'm really mucked up about this. So weird. I found the U.S. vehicle code and it says that vehicles must have mirrors that say are closer. And then I found this article which refers to may be closer. I'm more confused now than I was before, so I'm going to go back to work. So I will put here in chat just for fun.
And Jordan says, I don't remember it saying may ever. I swear it said may.
So that's the article that person was referring to. I did not read it myself, so if anyone in chat wants to read it, feel free. You can click it. Don't blame me. If anything happens, it should be safe. Just throwing that out there.
Love that.
So let me read this one. So this next one, did you read it? Did you read it? They say. Objects in mirror may be closer than they appear is a safety warning that many people have likely glanced at on a daily basis. It's a message that is required to be engraved on passenger side mirrors in the USA and Canada, and as a child, I'd often ponder its deeper meaning. Maybe? Well, make up your mind. Is it or isn't it closer? Nowadays, if you check your car, you might be surprised to discover the phrase etched in glass has always been objects in mirror are closer than they appear. A wishy-washy message with maybe has never been used at all. So the article specifically states that the thing you remember never was.
Ah.
Which is fucking weird because I remember maybe as well.
I agree. I don't know. I just remember it being maybe. But that makes sense that that's a wishy-washy term. Right. So
yeah. I don't know. Yeah. So that's the first Mandela effect of the evening, which I thought was kind of puzzle. I was like, huh.
Okay. I've never heard of that one, but interesting.
Yeah. All right. So this next one.
This one always fucks me up.
This one fucks me up.
Every time.
I don't know how anyone else
the cornucopia is there, right?
So...
Or it's not.
Actually are claiming that it's not.
Shut the hell up.
Yeah.
Not.
So this one, I'll just read the one that made me into this. It got me into this. Can we all agree that the Fruit of the Loom logo with the cornucopia is the number one Mandela effect?
Shut up, Jordan. So you're just too advanced for us. Get out of here.
I'm telling you that fucking cornucopia was there when I was a kid.
We used to buy Fruit of the Loom, and that cornucopia was part of it.
Because the cornucopia, and it, like, so this person's...
Don't leave.
Okay.
Don't leave.
So you have things like the Berenstain Bears, where it could have easily just been people pronouncing it with the E or A pronunciation, or with it being typos. And then you have things like Monopoly Man, where our brains just immediately picture him with the monocle. What? Monocle. Oh my God. Given he was the wealthy look already as is. But then you have the Fruit of the Loom logo. Holy moly. Literally, this right here is what gets my friends going nuts over the logo. Like, I'll show them over other Mandela effects, and they won't be as shocked, but this is what ultimately shocks them every time. Everywhere I go, everyone swears that the logo always had the cornucopia. And I hear constant stories, people having vivid memories of it, such as saying how as a child, they would try to draw the logo and specifically have a hard time with the cornucopia. Weird. Or how when they were kids, they would ask their parents what the weird basket-looking thing was, etc. If I had to guess, the Fruit of the Loom logo, without a doubt, is the most hardcore evidence of some Matrix-level shit. Because no way so many people can have vivid memories and recollections of the logo with the cornucopia.
Like, and it makes sense too, because like the cornucopia isn't a thing that we would associate with a bunch of fruits. Like, let's be real. Let's be real. If we saw a bunch of fruit, we might think of them in a bowl, okay? A cornucopia basket, no child's gonna think of that. Nobody, like, I forget that that's even a thing until this is brought up.
So the only reason I think that people confuse it so easily is because I think people were introduced to Fruit of the Loom, or they just assume there's some correlation with like Thanksgiving or that theme, because isn't that kind of, I feel maybe dumb,
I feel that is a Thanksgiving thing
kind of
in
like
the
a
States.
Thanksgiving thing, right?
Yeah,
like with the gourds coming out of the corn, like what's a cornucopia, like, you know, right? Cornucopia. Let's just Google this shit.
I just symbol think of the
plenty
cornucopia.
Consisting of a goat's horn overflowing with flowers, fruit, and corn. Okay. A symbol of plenty consisting of a goat's horn overflowing with flowers, fruit, and corn. An ornamental container shaped like a goat's horn, an abundant supply of good things of a specific kind. So straight up, Fruit of the Loom has nothing to do with the cornucopia, but it would make sense why the cornucopia would be there, or why I just feel like it makes sense why people would stake that.
I do too, but I don't think people are smart enough to think of a cornucopia. Like someone like the basket.
I don't know.
This
one, I've always thought it was the cornucopia.
This personally. One always like triggers me. Like it literally makes me angry.
Because now that I'm looking at it, I'm like, well, I guess it could have always been the one on the right, but like I distinctly remember there being a cornucopia, but then I'm like, why would they add so much more?
Who knows?
Why would they add? I don't know.
It just looks better with it.
So one that I'm just going to sidetrack real quick because it just reminded me, but this was one I didn't see when I was looking into this, but I do remember seeing it at one time, and I don't know if anyone else recalls, and I swear iPhone took it off, but there was a hiking emote guy.
Yes, there was.
And it does not exist now, and people will say it never existed before in the past, and I think it's bullshit. Just saying. I think it existed. Just saying. So there was another one about the Fruit of the Loom that I wanted to read. This person says, so Fruit of the Loom experience from a non-English speaking child. So here's why I'm convinced the logo used to have the cornucopia. When I first noticed the logo, it was on some plain white t-shirts we used to draw our names and numbers on for some school sports event. They were Fruit of the Loom and had the logo on them. My English was very basic at the time, German second or third grader. I knew what fruit of the meant, but was lost at loom. So I studied the logo and figured that this conch shelly looking basket thingy must be what one calls a loom, and was satisfied with that explanation for many years to come, and didn't pay it any thought until much, much later. I actually found out the meaning of the word loom. Times after that, when seeing the logo, I was always taken aback as to where the loom went, but figured they must have just changed the logo. It's a very distinct memory. Yeah. Are you muted? No.
Yeah, it
Oh, you were.
was. And
like, where'd she go?
I said interesting. Just thinking about it. I hate this one. I literally hate it.
That's another one that was like, so I relate to that story. Like,
yeah.
I have a distinct memory of, which is very strange to me that we did this, but someone, I don't know who, but someone was catching fish and we had to paint the fish and then put them onto a shirt, like a dead raw fish. But this is like that kind of childhood memory that I remember the fruit of the loom, it being like that type of shirt, right?
Oh.
But that's like what we did. And for me, it still trips me out that we painted a raw fish and
that sounds really weird.
It was like a dead fish.
Did you guys eat the fish after? Or
I don't recall.
What the hell did you do with that fish?
That was 4th grade.
Fair enough. Yeah. Hopefully, you guys didn't waste them fish.
I doubt our teachers would let us waste the fish, but
they might.
Why would you eat a fish with paint on it? But hopefully the paint came off. But if it was, I would assume it would.
You take off the scales.
I mean, it's probably fine. I'm assuming they had a lot of fish tacos. Cause
I hope so. I hope that was the case.
Those are my main Mandela effects. The only other one that I would point out is the Sinbad Shazam movie.
Yes.
Because I have a distinct memory of that as well. But that's not one that we have to dive too far into because it never happened.
He even says it never happened. So
yeah.
Who are we to fight? Sinbad.
I think there was a show that had shorts in it, and there was something that he did that had something very similar to it. I think to that because there are scenes of him being a genie.
Okay.
But then again, it's like I don't know, and I don't remember where I read that, but
strange.
I read it somewhere, I'm sure. Let me see real quick. This is gonna show me.
Yeah, if I thought about this more, I would have come up with them. Like I have some other ones, but I can't think of which one in my brain was the real one or the fake one. So me talking about it is just gonna confuse everybody. Just gonna mix everyone up.
Wait, say that again for yours or for Shazam and Kazam?
I think she means for Shazam.
Oh.
Kazam, where he was a genie.
Shazam is the fake one, supposedly. Like the not real Sinbad never did it. Shaquille O'Neal did Kazam.
The fuck? So there was a Shazam, but it was Shaquille O'Neal and
okay.
Was Shaquille O'Neal a genie?
So Shazam's the one with Shaquille O'Neal.
Okay.
Kazam's the one. That's the fake one.
But
or fake.
So Kazam's the one that's never happened.
Yeah.
It's called Kazam, where he was a genie, Jordan says. So
supposedly.
So Shazam is the real one.
Let me double check.
You need to clarify this, or else we're never getting off this train.
Okay. Shazam. Yeah, thank you. Shazam is not real with Sinbad. Kazam, so I was on the right path. Kazam is with Shaquille O'Neal. That's real.
So Sinbad, who the fuck was Sinbad? Was he an actor? Was he a basketball player? Who was Sinbad?
Just in general?
Yeah, who is he?
He is an actor.
He was a comedian.
I don't know. Was a comedian actor.
Does Sinbad and Shaquille O'Neal look similar at all?
No.
Okay, I'm just like was gonna call out a bunch of people for being racist, and maybe that was a problem. So Sinbad only dressed up as a genie while hosting a Sinbad the Sailor movie marathon. I literally don't even know who the Sinbad man is.
So that's so interesting because I distinctly remember this, and the kids that he was like, I remember there were kids and the whole nine. But yeah, this is a big one. Shazam and Kazam. So Kazam is the one with Shaq, yeah. In living color? What do you mean? Oh, it's a movie. Obviously. I don't know. Was it in that one? No, I feel like it was something in... I don't know. I don't know. Anyways, I don't know the original show that it would have been on. But yeah, I remember what this person's talking. Anyways, this person clearly remembers Sinbad's Shazam. They happen to be one of the people who remembers watching the Lost Sinbad movie, Shazam. My grandparents owned it on VHS, and my cousin was obsessed with the movie, watching it every time he went to their house. I would watch it with him sometimes, but I guess I never remembered the movie as clearly as he did. We watched it in the mid-late 2000s, so later than most people who remember it. I think my grandparents might have bought it from a yard sale or something. Other VHS tapes I remember them having were the live-action Jungle Book, 3 Caballeros. Caballeros? I think the double L is silent. And Kiki's Delivery Service.
Nice.
Anyways, I was talking with my cousin the other day, and he says that he clearly remembers Shazam. I didn't know that it had completely vanished until now. Since he watched it far more times than I did, he can remember more that what the plot of the movie was like. And he recalls very specific moments from the movie. Among these moments were in rough order. A boy and a girl find a lamp in the attic and fight over it. Then Sinbad comes out. A girl screams out, "It's a kidnapper!" And she and the boy try to run away. This is the only scene that I can clearly remember, and it appears most people who have seen the movie recall this scene most of all. It was even referenced in the fake version Sinbad was in a couple years back. The kid's mother is clearly dead. When Sinbad grants the kid's 3 wishes, the girl asks for her mother back, which Sinbad says he can't do. So the kids wish for their father to find a new love again, which Sinbad grants.
Aww.
There's a part where the girl's favorite doll gets chewed up by the family's pet dog, so she asks Sinbad to fix it. Her wish is granted, but the boy gets mad and accuses her of wasting a wish. At one point, the dad accidentally brings Sinbad's lamp with him to work. Sinbad comes out of the lamp and accidentally knocks something over to the dad's office, which his female coworker helps him pick back up. One scene has the kids walking under an overpass when it suddenly starts raining gumballs. The girl gets angry at the boy because she thought he wasted a wish, but it turns out that the gumballs were actually spilling out of the back of the truck that had crashed. The good part of the movie, as my cousin recalls, happens at an outdoor party of the house of the dad's boss, who might be the villain of the film. The dad is there along with the female coworker. During this part, Sinbad and the kids come flying in on a magic carpet, knocking everyone into the boss's pool. Then the kids wish that everyone at the party forgot what had happened, which Sinbad grants them. The very last scene of the movie happens when the dad and his female coworker, who are now either married or just living together, drop the boy and the girl off for the first day of school. The boy looks and sees Sinbad standing across the street for a brief moment before the movie pulls the classic mysterious guy disappears behind a passing bus cliche.
Adam Sandler movie? Which one? This
is what my cousin remembers. As for the tape itself, it probably got thrown out when my grandparents sold their house about 10 years ago because my grandmother's dementia got worse and she had to go to a nursing home. Well, my grandfather moved in with my aunt. Unfortunately, my grandmother died in the nursing home and not long after, and I doubt my grandfather would remember a VHS tape he thought he bought a long time ago, blah, blah, blah. So it's an Adam Sandler movie, you think? Oh, I see. That someone said the scene about raining gumballs is straight out of an Adam Sandler movie called Bedtime Stories.
Yeah, that's from Bedtime. Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah.
I'm like, Bedtime Stories.
So interesting.
It's so hard with that one.
I think it's tough. I think a lot of people just confuse, because I do think Sinbad did like some type of special where he was a genie.
Yeah.
But I don't think it was a full movie, and I don't think, like, I don't even know. I don't know, because I distinctly remember most of the, like, the beginning of what that person described, but I don't remember the gumball part because that was clearly a different movie, and I didn't see that movie, so. Yeah.
There we go.
So that's the Mandela effect for me. Do you have any you'd like to contribute?
Yeah, Jordan said that it was a special Sinbad dressed up as a genie hosting a Sinbad the Sailor movie marathon. I don't know what that is, but okay.
Oh, you typed it up. Oh, look up. Okay, my bad.
It's all good. We're busy.
Yeah, I was reading. Okay, right on. Well done. Thank you for looking it up. Thank you. It wasn't. That's why I didn't add it to like my list because it's one that's like talked about. So
yeah,
much. I just touched on it. I just touched.
Because that one was like one of the original ones. I feel.
Yeah.
Like the whole thing that started off this whole Mandela effect is, first of all, everyone thought Mandela died in prison, which he didn't, and then he came out of prison, and people were like, "I thought you died," and then that's how it all started. And then I think the next one that happened was this Sinbad one. Like, people lost their shit about that. And what was the main third one that people lost their minds about?
Fruit Loops or something was one.
That's also one, but it wasn't the main. It was so good. I can't remember what the third main one that kicked this whole thing off. Oh, the bear, like the Berenstain Bears. Those were the top three that kicked this whole thing off.
Yeah. You remember it, of course.
I wouldn't
remember.
I'm too young, Jordan, to remember that crap. I was probably not even alive. Maybe. I don't know when that happened.
I'm gonna set a moment to suggest a break if we want before we hop into Am I the Asshole, or how are you feeling?
I could probably do a little pee break, maybe.
I could do a quick little pee break. Give us a quick little 5 minutes.
Don't mind the black screen for 30 seconds. I forgot to put the little BRB screen on. So don't mind the black screen for 30 seconds. So a BRB. Unmute. We're back.
Welcome back, everybody.
I hope you all enjoyed the BRB screen that Cleese made for us. So then we finally have a BRB screen instead of just us leaving our chairs in front of you.
Yeah, we try not to take too many breaks, but I think it's good to get up and go pee in between because I don't know. We do a 2-hour segment. It's kind of where we
2/3 sometimes
3, depending on what we got to talk about.
Yes, it happens.
It happens. So we're going into our Am I the Asshole?
Love it.
Segment of the podcast. Episode 3. We've made it to episode 3, I'm pretty sure. Of 3. Is this our third? Yeah, this is our third Am I the Asshole, I think.
But podcast-wise, this is the 5th podcast.
Yeah. It's the third Am I the Asshole? 5th podcast. So yeah, let's roll right into it.
Oh yeah.
This one is Am I the Asshole for telling my client's mother she can't be at the delivery? Client, what?
Probably she's probably the birther.
I love hearing because we just go off the title, so I love hearing your opinion of it just with the title. It's my favorite every time. I'm always like,
what is Chelsea gonna say? What's she gonna think of this?
What does she think? All right, here we go.
Go for it.
So excuse me. So I'm currently a surrogate for a lovely gay couple. I'm 35 weeks pregnant, so just about ready to pop. Our plan throughout the pregnancy has been for delivery. Fathers are in there, and so is my husband. My own personal support. Only 3 guests are allowed at my birth center. Yesterday, my client's mother called me and asked me for the directions to the birth center, and I asked why she needed it. Excuse me, I'm totally fumbling on reading this right now. She told me she needed it if she was going to be there for the birth of her grandchild. I told her there must have been some miscommunication in that dads and husband be there for the birth. She has that in quotation marks. She said the dads encouraged her to reach out to see if I would mind having my husband stay home so she can see the birth of her grandchild. She protested some, but I told her that even though this is not my baby to keep, I'm still going through a medical procedure and would like my support person with me. She hung up, and the dads called me and told me I was unreasonable and rude towards his mother for no reason, and that they should be able to decide who is in the delivery room since it's their baby. Am I the asshole?
No.
So before we dive, she answers some questions. So she says, just to answer some questions, she already had my phone number. I gave it to her in case of emergency. I am friends with the couple I'm surrogating for, but the situation would be the same no matter what. It was discussed when we came to this arrangement that I hold the right to do whatever I feel is right to have a smooth labor and bring this baby into the world healthy. She was made using one of my eggs because it was easier in our specific circumstance. Keep your antinatalism to yourself. So those are her thoughts.
Like, she's so not the asshole. It's rude of them to be rude to her about this. It's her body pushing out their baby. The mother does not need to see the baby come out of the vagina. Is that going to make her love her grandchild less if she misses it coming out of the hooch? Like, what? No, even if I decided to have a child, my mother will not be in the room. That's a very private thing. Nah.
I'd be so upset.
Adeline.
None of my parents were in the room. It was just Kona, the dad. So
why are parents so fucking weird about this kind of shit? I just don't get it.
It weirded me out mostly because it made me feel like this mother was making the surrogate feel like an animal or a robot.
Yeah, in my opinion. Push out the baby.
Just get it over with. It's fine. It won't make a difference if I'm there. You're fine. Your husband shouldn't be there anyways. What?
Well, that's not the same goof. That's a different situation. They were fine with you being there.
I think, okay, it's circumstantial. I think one of my mom's friends was there for my birth, and my birth was filmed, everyone does things differently, right?
Yeah.
Especially in birth, because it's, for a lot of people, it's very spiritual, a really intense thing to experience. For other people, it's very clinical.
Yeah.
But I'm with you. If the pregnant lady says no, then it's no.
Yeah, there's no debating
in this situation, she's a surrogate for these people. And they had decided that whatever makes her feel most comfortable, giving birth isn't just I'm giving birth. It's casual. You could literally die giving birth. It's not just a casual situation. So if she has every right to want her husband there, in my opinion, every right.
Yeah,
no, she's not the asshole.
Chances are they're paying her a pretty penny to do this because they're not hey, best friend, just push out a baby for us. Free of charge. No, I'm sure she's paying a pretty penny. So maybe the mother thinks because she's getting paid to do it is not the same as if she was giving birth to her own baby.
I can't help it but think she has this vision that this woman is like a cow or a horse, giving birth to a calf or a foal.
Exactly.
I
totally agree.
It disturbs me.
Nah. Grandma's got no right. Grandma's got no rights.
Like,
Make it a shirt. Grandma's got no rights.
Grandma's got no right.
That's gonna cause a fight.
All right, next one. Yeah, one day in high school, stumbled upon the pics my bio dad took of my birth, scarred for life. I've seen mom's vag with my head coming out of it for
Dear
sure.
Lord.
Yeah, it's hefty shit, man. Okay. Are you all ready for this one?
I'm ready. I'm on the edge of my seat.
Am I the asshole for refusing to give my late mother's jewelry to the girl that I gave birth to? Yeah. The girl I gave birth to. You read that?
That's a very,
right?
like, specific way to say my daughter.
My daughter. So, I was probably a month over 18 when I got pregnant. My boyfriend was very controlling, always yelled, screamed, and after we were married, it got even worse. I stayed with him for 8 years, and I ended up falling in love with my current husband, Arthur, during that time. I know we were young to have an affair, and I deserve hate for that. I mean, it cost me my daughter, Sophia, now 21. I should have been stronger, and I just left my ex, because I doubt he even needed to brainwash her to make her hate me. I tried to be there. I tried to fight for shared custody, but Sophia wanted nothing to do with me. After my ex got remarried, Sophia got a great stepmother who she asked to legally adopt her when she turned 15. I didn't want it to happen and wanted to fight it, but if me being her mom hurt her so much she wanted a new one, I let it because it was my fault and I'd already lost her long ago. After she legally stopped being my daughter, I reconnected with Arthur. We got married, had a daughter, and I'm pregnant with our boy right now. I'd still see Sophia since she'd go to my mom's house a lot because that was still her grandma, and even if I'm not her mom, or that's still her grandma, even if I'm not her mom, which to me kind of weird. At the same time, their circumstances weird. So
yeah.
My mom, however, died 2 weeks ago, and it's caused a lot of chaos in everybody's lives. Now, we have that weird tradition where the eldest daughter gets a collection of special necklaces. I was the eldest, so I got my mom's special necklaces and wore one to her funeral, just like she did to her mom's funeral. At the funeral, when Sophia saw me, she shook my hand like I was a stranger and just said, "Sorry for your loss, Mrs. Ray." Then after the funeral, she pulled me aside and asked if she would be allowed to take some of the necklaces early because she'd like to wear it to the wake. I just told her no, that the necklaces are mine, and after me, it belonged to my daughter because she's the eldest in my family. She just said okay and didn't talk to me at the wake except to say thanks for when I gave her my mother's much more valuable rings. My brother told me I should have let her have some of the necklaces, and I was an asshole not to. Thing is, my mother was the last thing tying Sophia to me, so I don't see how I'm the asshole for what I did. Opinion?
You're not the asshole, but like you could have been like, you could wear this, but I want it back. But like, it's just such a circumstance thing. Like, I'm very torn about this. Like, no, you don't have to give anything to her, like at all. Like, but she had a connection to the grandma, and I don't know.
But she still got all of grandma's valuable rings.
Yeah.
Like, got all the valuable, special jewelry.
Yeah. I don't think it's about, like, the value of anything. I think it's just, hopefully it's about personal connection versus, like, the value of things. But, I don't know. I'm so torn. Like, no, you don't have to give anything to her. But for the wake, you could have just let her borrow something to wear.
Okay. So I'm not siding with most of the comments. I think this person's an asshole.
Yeah?
Now, the reason I think that she's an asshole is because, okay, you had an affair yeah, you fucked up, and your daughter is letting you know she wants nothing to do with you because you couldn't do it properly. You couldn't be like, um, you're massively abusive, whatever. Like okay, abuse is that's a place to touch that's really difficult, hard for her to leave. But it was actually not too hard if she was able to have an affair and then everything fell apart anyway. So
Yeah.
why couldn't you just be like, I'm done?
Yeah.
Right?
Totally agree.
And at least be communicative in that way. Like if you were, I don't know, that's a tough place because if you're with someone like that's super violent, then like, you know, maybe you don't feel safe to do so, but you still got out eventually and you ended up with the person that you had the affair with eventually.
Mm-hmm.
So I think this person's the asshole because your first daughter, your eldest daughter, who didn't claim you as their own because you didn't claim her as important, clearly, in my opinion. But then again, it's like we don't have a lot of backstory, so I can't like fully. So this is a surface opinion. Your daughter had a specific connection with your mother, and your daughter, the child you gave birth to, you know, deserves to have a necklace to pass that tradition on to her child, in my opinion. So do I think so? No, I think it's petty. I am totally jumping on the you're the asshole. A lot of people don't think this person's the asshole because they think the daughter's the asshole for standing her ground and knowing her boundaries. Because she's also perhaps being brainwashed by the
abusive father.
Dad, who we don't know because that's what this woman claims. But I still think that, and then again, it's technically the mom, the grandma, could have had something written down like, I want these specific things to the daughter, to this person, that one. So, you do bring a saying that she's not the asshole and that it is her jewelry now. She has a choice to give it to whomever. I think she's the asshole for not. Couldn't that just be like your little like, I'm sorry for fucking up like my that just to your kid? Like maybe that could have been like a I'm sorry, but then again, it's like their relationship is so awkward. But like in my perspective, I think she's the asshole for not sharing. Okay, but then a lot of people are going to be like, oh, well, she did get valuable rings. But as Chelly started to say, it's like, it doesn't matter about value.
It's about personal value.
And if everyone knew that was a tradition, including Sophia, the firstborn, she should have that right to write into it. So, she can create her own tradition with the rings or whatever now. But still, I jumped on the
I'm torn.
Side.
I'm torn. So, I can't decide.
A lot of people didn't feel like she was the asshole. So, kind of interesting. I'll look at some of the comments.
Yeah. Because, like, I literally can't decide. Like, there's asshole and not asshole to both of them. Like, I can understand how you think of it both ways. I totally get that. Just, I can't decide which side I side with.
So this person says, not the asshole. Sophia may be your daughter by blood, but she is no longer your daughter in any other sense of the word because she no longer wants to be your daughter. Your heirlooms should go to children who will view you as their mother. If your brother wants to give Sophia some of his things, let him. He doesn't get to dictate you, and he's an asshole for trying. Tell him where to stuff it. The person's not wrong. I don't think it should be a force to give her anything.
I got a comment about that one because, like, a daughter, I feel like, has, in the situation that they're in, we only know what has been told to us. And if the mother abandons the daughter, essentially, the daughter has every single right to be like, you're not my mother. Mm-hmm. She has every single right. And this comment is making it sound like the daughter's in the wrong because she chose to have some other lady adopt her. Like, no, actually, the mother actually abandoned her. So why would the daughter chase after her and be like, please be my mom? Like, no commenter. You're the asshole. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That commenter, I am not back and forth about. That commenter is an asshole.
I mean, there's a bunch of people like this. There's people just backing this person up. Like, also, if the OP's mother wanted Sophia to have some of it, she could have either specified or given it directly to Sophia while she was still alive.
Yes.
And then this person says, unless you're visiting us from beyond the grave, might want to go ahead and touch up some of the grammar. Oh, excuse me, I should have read ahead. Giving that person grammar shit.
Wow, this isn't the time or place.
That was awkward. Hello.
You're the asshole.
Yeah, seriously. And by tradition, Sophia would not get a necklace until you leave the world. To ask for your inheritance early is really rude. To do it at a funeral, just worse.
It's necklaces. It's not money. Fuck off.
It's because she had no intention of ever seeing the OP again. So she had to get it while the getting's good, is what that person's saying. I don't know.
I think that comment's wrong because, like, I'm going to throw it out there. My grandma, she's a grandma. She's getting up there in age. The last time that we were at her house, she literally said, take a look around and let me know what you want when I go. And, like, as long, like, the daughter didn't ask for money. She asked for a necklace, for fuck's sake.
To me, it's the sentiment of the necklace.
Yes.
She already got the rings. She shouldn't have, and if she wasn't given anything else, it is a little greedy to be like, could I have a necklace too?
But maybe there's that one special one that she always saw, like, in her grandma's box, and she's like, I'm obsessed with that one necklace, and I've seen it since, like, I was a child, and that's just what I associate grandma with.
What if that's the necklace that mom wears, though?
Then I don't know. She's it's fucked, technically the mother's because it was gifted to her. But if the mother's not even wearing the one particular one she wanted, if that's the situation here,
right?
Then, like, but we're judging it off of a normal family mother-daughter thing. This is not normal. This is a broken family with a lot of hurt and a lot of anger. And
this girl's pissed.
There's no reasoning with this. So it's easy for us to say, yeah, she's the asshole, no, and then for us to make up stories of what the situation
it's all hypothetical situations of what's going on in these people's lives, right?
Yeah. It's hard. Like,
yeah. I'm
sticking to I'm torn. Like, we don't really know enough.
I still think she's an asshole. I think she could have given up a necklace.
Yeah.
I think she could have been like, I'll trade you a necklace for a ring. I don't know. You fucked up. You fucked up. Your kid's pissed. So, like, maybe there's a lot of in between, but you fucked up. And maybe the dad brainwashed her. We don't know.
We don't know.
All the hypotheticals. My aunt and cousins took the remaining fashion design sketches of my mom's mom. They already had a bunch of them that she gave them while living, and my mom and I got none. See, when people die, sketch shit goes down.
Oh, yeah. Right. Yeah.
Am I the asshole for not apologizing to my mom's husband after what he said to me?
I don't know. We'll have to see.
My mom's husband.
That could go a lot of ways.
A lot of things going on here. Yeah. Well, as long as is he being nicer to you, Mel? Because he wasn't very nice to you in his youth, our youth.
Well, let's be fair. Youth can be bad.
Yeah. All right.
So, yeah, in the story, it's her stepdad. Okay.
But married, yeah. Clearly, she does not. We can already see she doesn't have a very good relationship with this guy.
Correct.
So, okay. My mom, 48 female, is married to her husband, 50 male. I kind of grew up with him around, and he sort of saw me as his daughter, but it wasn't mutual. Okay, so reread that new one.
Yeah, okay. Let's just start over. We kind of went on tangent.
Sorry. Am I the asshole for not apologizing to my mom's husband after what he said to me? My mom, age 48, female, is married to her husband, 50, male. I kind of grew up with him around, and he sort of saw me as his daughter, but it wasn't mutual. I'm very clear with him that he's not my father. Never will be. My biological dad passed away in January 2021. My parents divorced when I was 1 year old. I used to live with him, but when he passed away, I moved with my mom. Yesterday, we went to church, mom, husband, and I. After church, we went out to eat. After eating, my mom said she had to return some chair covers she had borrowed. On the way to the lady's house, I started talking about how one of my friends is going to be homeschooled next school year. I was telling my mom my thoughts on it. My mom said I might see things differently than her because she was raised with both her parents together and she's used to them always agreeing on decisions of her life. I, on the other hand, didn't. I grew up with my parents separated and they both had their own beliefs religiously and about discipline. While my mom was talking about me, her husband butted in and interrupted her. He started going on about how my dad was an asshole and a terrible person. He said my dad didn't care about me or my sister and said that he just had us for money and to spite my mom. I told him to stop talking about my dad and he continued. I gradually got louder, shouting at him to stop saying these terrible things about my dead father. He paused and I paused. Then he had the audacity to tell me that I wasn't allowed to talk about my dad in the house.
The fuck?
I immediately started yelling again, talking about how I'm gonna talk about my dad whenever I damn want to. My mom was silent. I didn't say a word. She didn't say anything to either of us. When my mom got out of the car to return the chair covers, because this is all happening in the driveway of the friend of the mom to get her chair covers, her husband looked at me in the back seat and told me, "Don't ever speak about your dad in my presence or in my house again." I immediately went off again, going on about how I'm going to talk about my dad when I want. He has no say over when or how I grieve my dead father. She wrote dad father. He then raised his voice at me and started saying a lot of bad things about my dad. I blurted out and yelled, "Stop!" at the top of my lungs. He was still trying to yell over me saying terrible things about my dad, so I grabbed my bag and stormed out of the car and I started walking. I only walked about a block before they found me and dragged me into the car. The ride home was silent. When we got home, I went straight to my room. I didn't talk to them for the rest of the day. This morning, I told my mom I'm going to ignore him until he apologizes. She said I should be the bigger person and do it myself. I shouldn't be the one to apologize because when I talk about my dad, it's to grieve him. I miss my dad so much and I don't think I'm ever going to not miss him. Him talking bad about my dad made me upset because I don't want to hear these bad things about him. My last memory of my dad is a good one and I don't want it to be ruined, especially by him. Am I the asshole? I mean...
Absolutely not. What the fuck?
In fact, I got upset for this person.
Like, the fact that he's like, "Don't talk about your dad in front of me," and then he's the one that brought him up first. Was he not? Or did I miss something? Oh, sorry, my makeup's making my eyes stink, so I'm just dabbing my face. My eyeliners give me troubles all day.
You don't have a camera.
I know.
Oh, okay, that's why you're dabbing. Okay.
Yeah, just so people didn't think that I'm like crying or anything. No, just because my eyeliner's hurting.
Jordan kept going, so I was like, okay, so we're on the same page, right? Because I understood that you were blanking out your camera. I got it. I was with you.
Yes.
I just had to make sure. Okay.
I'm here.
I would have been livid too. I do not think this person is in any way, shape, or form the asshole. Thank you. Thanks, Dad. I agree. Crafty woodworker. I completely agree. The mom should have backed her up. And what makes me the most angry is that the mom literally said that she should be the bigger person and apologize to the stepdad. Like, who the fuck is this mom?
What the fuck's wrong?
I'm upset about that.
My main thing is that I think she's scared to, like, lose this man who's clearly a piece of garbage.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nah. Like, no. Absolutely not.
They probably wouldn't have been able to get me back in the car for the drive.
Nah. I would have been, like, throwing fists and biting people.
To be fair, we don't know how old this person is. We can only assume they're some age under 20, I assume, if the mom's 48. They could be older, they could be younger.
And then, like, they were living with the birth father before. and then moved in with the mom. If they were a grown ass adult, they would have just moved out. I'm assuming. I don't know.
I have lost my shit on that man and the other too. I have also, to be clear, had my mom respond in the same way in regards to issues with my stepdad. Is it because they're afraid that they are gonna get yelled at later? Like, because they're being abused? I mean, is that what's going on? Like, I just don't know. I'm trying to understand it.
Like, I just don't, like, fine, you may think that her birth dad is like a piece of garbage person, but you don't say it.
Yeah, especially, you keep your mouth shut.
Like,
you talk quietly to your wife or whatever about whatever. You don't yell at the kid about it.
Yeah. Like, yeah. The dad's an asshole. The mom's... There's something else going on there, or else she would never have allowed that. She should be sticking up for her kid.
I agree. I agree. All right.
That's a kid.
So, we got a kid.
We got a kid.
We got a kid going on. You guys ready for this one?
Let's go.
Am I the asshole for having sex too loud in my own house?
Yes. Turn it down.
Turn it down.
Turn it down. No one wants to hear that shit. No.
Jordan. So, I'm a single 23 female. I live on my own in a semi-detached house, and the family next door has just moved in a few weeks ago. I haven't had much interaction with them so far, but they seemed nice enough until yesterday. I had a guy over on Saturday night, and come Sunday morning, we were both eager for round 2. We were obviously both into it, and there was dirty talk during. Nothing too insane, but obviously not exactly tame either. He leaves a few hours later, and shortly after, I get the wife of the couple knocking on my door, and she's visibly pissed. It turns out they use their master bedroom as their kids' playroom, and because the houses are attached, it shares a wall with my bedroom. Because it was hot over the weekend, both mine and their window was open, and their kids basically heard everything. I know she isn't lying or exaggerating because I used to hear my previous neighbors arguing before I could make out full sentences, and she referenced some things that I said. She found out because her daughter, like 8 or 10, I think, came to her and asked her a whole bunch of inappropriate questions about topics she obviously has no business knowing about. She said that I either shouldn't be saying things so loudly, or if I couldn't help myself, then I shouldn't have sex during the day. I was obviously mortified. So I said I would, of course, try and avoid this happening again, but I wasn't going to limit myself to the night only. And I made a joke about how she must know how it is when you get swept up in the moment. She then said she'd speak to my landlord about it because they probably wouldn't approve of me having a parade of different men in the house. That's when I snapped, and I told her I'll do what I want if that's the attitude she was going to have, because it really pissed me off. Firstly, I own the house, so I could come talk to me. Secondly, this is literally the only guy I've had over since a few weeks before they moved in. And thirdly, even if both of those were true, it still wouldn't be anyone else's business. I told my sister the story today, and she said it was one of those situations where legally I can do what I want, but morally I should agree with her request. She said that accidents happen, but now I know the issue. I should limit myself to the night or make sure I'm quiet enough that they couldn't possibly hear. So am I the asshole either in the first place or for my reaction?
No, you're not the asshole, obviously, but I got opinions.
Please.
And
we need all the opinions.
This first one is coming from, as someone who does, if you're new to this, I'm a manager of a rental building. So I got opinions about this because I had to deal with this once. It was horrible. It was the worst experience I've ever had to do in this job so far. Was we got a call, we got an email about this person, and their neighbor was just having some like rowdy fun time, and he could hear it because their bedroom walls were the same wall. And so I spent the whole day writing a notice to this girl, which I hate doing because it was just so awkward and horrible. And I had to like write a note being like, I don't remember what I actually said, but it said something along the lines of, please, when you're having the sex, could you like maybe like tone it down a bit? That's just me like paraphrasing whatever I said, but I did say it because we asked our lawyer if we have any claim to do this. And under the code of the quiet and enjoyment that every person has the right to have, we do have to deal with this issue because it is technically an issue. People are allowed to have sex all they want, but the quiet enjoyment of the other person comes into effect. That's only in BC, though. I don't know where they live. I don't know if they're in states or whatnot, because everywhere has their own laws. Some states or whatever probably don't give a fuck. Yeah. But so let me go through the story of what happened with this notice. I put it on this girl's door. I was polite and I like folded it up and I put it on backwards so no one else could read what this note said if they walked past it in the hall. Okay. And I knew this girl. We've talked. Like, she was a really nice, chill girl. And I know she doesn't care because there was times when Jordan went in there to fix things, like whatever, and she had like toys all over the like her freaking bed. So clearly she doesn't care who knows that she's banging people or banging herself or whatnot. So I had no issue there. So I put it on her door. I think she came down the same day. Like, she came downstairs and she's like, hey. And I'm like, hey, what's up? And she's like, I want to talk about this note. And I'm like, okay, let's talk about this note. So then we close the door because this is a personal topic. Yeah. We're talking about her banging. And we're like, kind of like, so what's going on here? Is there something we can do? Like, maybe move the bed away from the wall a bit if that's the issue. Like, if you're vocalizing, just maybe being a little quieter. God. Like, we had to have this adult talk with this woman, and we're both awkwarded out. Like, we're both, like, just dying. And the end, what we came to was there was no banging loudness issues. It was the tenant next to her was pissed at her and wanted to be an asshole and embarrass her, essentially.
Because they wanted it. Or was it a...
No, I can't remember what the issue was, but the guy... I don't know what the issue was, but they were having a little spat. And he wanted to be a jerk. Okay. And, yeah, because she flat out told us... Throughout this whole week, I've been on my period, and I don't have sex when I'm on my period. And we're like, fair enough, you win. You win this argument.
Need you say more? No, it's fine. We'll leave it there. Big Red Panda, stay down.
Yes, and like I agree with Mello. Like, if you're in a rental situation, yes, be polite as possible. But if you own the residence, screw them. I agree, but do you want to have constant people like coming through that you have to find new people to rent that space?
Yeah.
Or, like, yes, the wife could have come over and been a lot more nice about that. But could have, like, not been such an entitled bitch because you're renting and you don't own a fucking house.
It's like, you had to have sex to have your kids. Maybe.
Yeah.
Actually. Maybe not. Maybe she adopted them. We don't know. So maybe she's just offended by I don't know.
Which is fine.
I really just don't think I would confront my neighbor.
No.
On that. With that level of whatever. Because sex is, like, to me, sex is very natural. So it's just like, I would have to explain it to my kids. I don't know. I wouldn't want to be like, yo, I heard you banging, or my kids heard you banging.
I think that would honestly be the most polite way to put it. So then it's kind of like a joke somewhat, and yet then the other person's aware of, oh, like if they weren't aware that they were being so loud, they'd be like, oh, crap.
Yeah.
But yeah.
It's like you get a push to a certain point. It's like.
But since she's like the landlord. And
she
also
owns
just
the house.
And whenever someone makes a noise complaint and then they keep complaining about it, if I was allowed to, this is what I would say. Go buy a house. Stop bothering me with this bullshit.
Yeah.
If I was allowed to say stuff like that, which I'm not, I have to word it more politely than that. But seriously, you're renting a place. What did you expect?
You're literally renting a place in a building. You're renting a suite in a building. Like, you cannot expect it to be silent. Like you don't live in a home.
We hear these fuckers all day running around, dropping shit.
Yeah. Being
super annoying, but we live in an apartment building, and that's what we signed up for.
Mm-hmm. You have to expect it.
I'm sure people below us hear us.
Oh, I'm sure.
As long as I don't hear bass, then I'm like, whatever. They have a kid, maybe 2 kids, I don't know.
Yeah.
And you're gonna hear stuff. Luckily, I've never heard people banging because we've lived in
burping and farting.
A concrete a building, but one of my friends that works in another building, they have a wood building, so apparently this is an issue all the time. She's had to talk to several people about this issue, about noisy sex because of the wood frame buildings.
Yeah, I can see that. It would depend on what the noise is and how consistently it is. If it's outside the bounds of normal noise, then you have the right to complain. Otherwise, you just have to live with it.
If she's sitting there screaming, then
And for how long? You're just upset because you hurt it sounds like the mom was mostly just upset because
her daughter heard it.
Her kids heard, and they were repeating, and she didn't know how to explain it.
Which just have the talk. Rip off that
your 8 or 10-year-old who could have her period in the next year to 4 years, depending on her, flow situation. Rip it. Sorry,
She's clearly not the asshole
on that front. Yeah, not the asshole. Confirmed.
Is there any comments for that one? Because I'm curious what people think of that one. Because I feel like there would be a lot of mixed opinions.
A lot of people this is the first one. You should be allowed to have sex in your house whenever you want, full stop. But that being said, you should be aware of the volume of the noise you're making, because at that point, you're involving people outside of the bedroom in your lovemaking, which is not cool. Neighbor isn't the asshole for not wanting her kids to hear the sound of you fucking, but her reaction and attitude was uncalled for. Hi, fan. Keep your windows closed. Turn on some music.
Yeah. Cool.
This person says, I think the windows being open is OP's bad, or if she was absolutely screaming, but she didn't know how loud she was, and this neighbor took things to another level.
And also, it's hot out. Do you expect her just to close all of the windows because you want to bang?
I'm sorry. I've definitely banged loud with the windows open, and my roommates heard it. They definitely said something, and we laughed, but it was hot. Fuck. What do you want? There were no kids next door either.
So yeah,
I've
you're all
been
adults.
This chick before, so. In my previous residence, we had 4 adults and a new baby in a big house. The owner lived in the house in his room on the ground floor, and I was upstairs above him with a couple and baby down the hall. That's a lot going on.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Him, owner, and his girlfriend on occasion. Seen in a whole new light.
I don't want to hear people doing it, but no. We're in an apartment.
You have to be understanding to expect it. I live in a house. Mel knows where I'm at.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're in Tahoma right now, Mel, but you're in the Tahoe area, I'm pretty sure. But it's just their house. There's not apartments. So, like,
yeah.
You'd definitely be disturbing a neighbor if you're being that loud. That's for sure.
Snoop Dogg just looking and watching you.
Snoop Dogg definitely be like probably down with it. Down with the sickness, yo.
And just so you all know, it's not actually Snoop Dogg. It's a lady that snoops, and we call her Snoop Dogg.
Yeah.
Just anyone, there's no confusion.
Okay, so
because I got confused.
My neighbor, and she's definitely, we call her Snoop Dogg just because she's very Snoopy. She made it very clear to me that, okay, our neighbor's house got broken into by a bear, and everyone's convinced it's because the bear saw the refrigerator. Well, it's not the case. They probably left food in their fucking house, and so the bear sniffed it out and broke their window. Anyway, she straight fucking told me, if you don't have your windows covered, I will look inside your house. If you're going to leave it open, I'm going to look. She said it straight up. And I'm like, you know what? GG. I do too, but I actually honestly don't, because I really like to like not see what's going on, because I don't want people looking in my house.
Yeah.
So knowing that, like, she proved that to me already when we first moved in, and she goes, "Oh, what do you use that room down there for?" That's our bedroom. Oh, you shouldn't watch TV while you go to bed. You shouldn't have TV in your bedroom.
My God.
So, Snoop Dogg. But she bakes delicious goods, and I appreciate her being a neighbor, because even though she is really nosy, it's kind of almost nice having a nosy neighbor in case anything weird's going on.
Yeah.
So, we've definitely come to a really good place, but it was rocky for a while.
Yeah.
But that's Snoop Dogg, if anyone's curious. If that gets brought up again.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know. I think, and it sounds like she's in a townhouse.
Yeah. A townhouse.
And you know what?
Yeah.
What fucking parents are letting their kids have the master bedroom as a playroom? What the fuck?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Can we just touch on that real quick? Did anyone else live that life? Because I didn't live that life. That would have never been an option. Like, I have my own room. That's it.
A playroom is our friggin' rooms.
Yeah. Like, for my kids, the playroom is like
the whole
their
house.
bedroom, but they also like jam a lot in the living room. But,
yeah.
like,
which is normal.
Normal to me. Like, when they get a little older, they share a room, so they're going to have to figure that out. But your sis always got the master room, and we played in our rooms. What? I didn't have like a no, my house wouldn't have worked that way. And it's not like we moved around. I lived
and also you had a weird ass house that was like a pyramid, right?
I still need to take a picture of that.
You still need to take a picture of that, because I need to see what this house looks like.
Yeah.
Because you've told me about it, and I'm like, I need a picture to see what this thing looks like.
Because my grandpa and my dad built the house. And they actually put 4 crystals, one on each corner of the house, which is, I don't remember exactly the meaning of that. I need to look into that a little bit more, but.
Yeah, next time you need to, or text them, your dad, and be like, dude, take a picture of the house for me, because my friend wants to see it.
It'll get weird.
No.
I'm going to find one. Hold on.
Yes. Because I desperately need to see this house. Because it sounds so cool. You should build it in The Sims.
I've tried, and I'm so bad at doing roofs. I'm so bad at doing roofs in that freaking game.
Roofs are hard.
Come on, woman.
Who are you talking to?
My mom.
Or Minecraft. Build in Minecraft.
Ooh, I could maybe. Ooh, maybe. Let's see.
Yeah.
This won't take me too long, I don't think. Unless she just like doesn't have anything on here, but
yeah,
like she'll complain about that shit on there. You lead the way. Talk about something.
Talk about something.
You're under pressure now.
Okay, I got something. Next, okay. So as many people know, Mel probably doesn't, because you're just meeting me for the first time. Hello. I am a big Final Fantasy fan, and I've been really excited about Final Fantasy VII. I'm the remake, and part 1 came out like 2 years ago or however long ago it came out. Next month, though, we might get some details about part 2. Maybe, because next month is Final Fantasy 7, the original game. It's 25th anniversary of that original game. And like they kind of had like a press thing today talking about like what might be talked about, and they kind of were hinting at like a little info about part 2. We're not going to get a full-on trailer. There's no fucking way. But we might get like a teaser, a picture, a time frame for like part 2, but we don't know because I need a PS5 first. I literally bought a PS5 for this franchise, for the Final Fantasy 7 like remake game, the franchise, because part 1 came out and then they came out with like a mini, like a side game that like brought in another character that was only for the PS5. 800 paperweight. That's what my PlayStation 5 is right now, a paperweight. Part 1 was great, but yeah, they came out with like a side story that was only for the PS5, which pissed off a lot of the PS4 people because they're like, what about us? And I'm like, you're in the past now, like stop fucking complaining. Like you got part 1, which you weren't actually supposed to get. It was always like Final Fantasy 7, the new game was always supposed to be a PS5 thing. And then the PS5 was taking longer or something. And then they're like, we'll put it on the PS4, which made a lot of people happy. But then they've announced every other part is on the PS5 exclusive. And I'm like, yeah, no shit. But people are crying about it. The PS4 players are like, that's not fair. And I'm like, shut the fuck up. Like, it's the new era of system. Like, there's the Xbox fridge, whatever it's called. I've seen memes of people making it like a fridge, and it's always made me laugh.
I don't even know what it is.
I don't know what it has like 3 names, like the Xbox, like Jordan has one. Jordan, what's it called?
X something S something.
Yes, like something like that. And then the PS5.
The fridge.
It's a new era, people. Don't get bitchy. Series X or Series S. Yeah, whichever.
Okay.
Is that like the roof? Is that
okay, so that's the house. So this is the quickest picture I could find. This is the aftermath of when all the trees were falling from that bad winter that we had about 2000.
Can I get it for my Atari?
2017, I think. It was a really bad winter up here in the Sierra Nevadas. And all these trees fell down from the heavy snow that you kind of see the mess ahead. So to the right, that's the garage that's kind of like coming out. And then kind of facing us in that image is like kind of the overhang that comes to the front door. But the main structure of the house is a pyramid. You can kind of see it the way it like points in a triangle on top.
Yeah.
And that is actually supposed to be glass, which has now been replaced, but it got shattered from a tree falling on the other side of the house, in which the tree that's broken right there kind of in front is what snapped.
Oh my.
It just like kind of fell on the house. Yeah. So that's a very terrible picture that I could find quickly of it. And like I said, it's adjusted to be a home, but it's literally a pyramid with a couple like what you see, some like
built out
areas basically that are built out, and then the garage is on the far right. So yeah, that's the house I grew up in.
I'm still gonna need a different, like, eventually
I'll find a better
picture because I'm just so curious.
And you can't really, because that view of it's like hard to see it, but from Google, I'll take a picture of it from Google Maps.
Ah, yes.
When you look down at it, it's like a perfect, well, not a perfect square because of the parts that pop out, but it's like a square from that point, and it's a pyramid.
That's so cool.
Yeah, very cool.
And the crafty, woodworker. You do not have a PS1, you liar. You have a PS2 that I want. Just saying. Yeah, just saying. So yeah, that was my little rant about Final Fantasy VII, the remake, that we might get a tidbit next month. Not for sure, but might. And I'm hoping. And even if it's a picture, I'll be super excited about it.
Just something.
Just something. I want something. It's mine. You don't even touch it. It's probably dusty. You probably don't even know where it is right now. Another paperweight? Yeah, Jordan. I want all the consoles that I used to play on.
Me too. I had an original Nintendo that my mom gave to my cousins, and I'm so disappointed about.
Screw the cousins.
Gamers. So bummed. And yeah, I'd love all the old ones. I miss my original Xbox a lot, actually. Because I really miss a racing game called Project Gotham that they don't make anymore. It was a good one. Beautiful game.
Yeah, my Xbox 360 is like in a box in the other room. Yeah. Still got that bad boy.
Mine's somewhere. Not sure.
I jammed out, mainly on that console, I jammed out a lot of Skyrim and a lot of Minecraft. Mm-hmm. Minecraft a lot. There was this one time when I was playing it and my dad was just sitting there watching me play it, and I was building my little house like I do, and then I had a cow, and then I had a pail of lava, and then my dad's like, "Hey, how about you throw that lava on that cow?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure." That I did it. The cow died, and I pretty much burned down my whole house because it's lighting on fire and all that. and then I'm freaking out, and he's like, just put out the fires. And I'm like, I'm trying. Oh, good old days.
That's so good.
It was pure panic, because I like everything was burning. There's fire everywhere.
Oh my god, it's so funny. Oh,
that was so funny. It was funny.
Fires in Minecraft are so stressful.
They're so real, and also I'm a troll now that I will light shit on fire in Minecraft just for fun. Was the OG Sega Genesis? Nice.
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's one that we never had, the Sega Genesis, but I had a friend that had it. So whenever I went to her house, we would jam out some Lion King.
Lion King.
Hell yeah.
God, I love that game. That reminds me of my cousin. We used to play that. He would bring it to my grandma's house, and I have a specific memory of playing that game where they're jumping on the giraffes' heads. Like you have to jump on the giraffes' heads. Like musical scene.
Yes.
Oh my god, that game, so good.
Remember Prince of Persia? Yes, I remember Prince of Persia.
Right.
So Prince of Persia, I got another story. So my dad, the crafty wood, I'm a woodworker, played Prince of Persia on the PS2, and you were like a prince of what, you were something, and you had like this time sword, a time dagger, and like you could move time back if you screw up or this and that. And then your castle, there's like a bad guy that is trying to take over the castle, and like he turns everyone into like sand zombies. And they, as a child, watching my dad play this game was so terrifying, because like his health is getting low and these zombies are coming towards him, and he's got like close combat, stabby, and like do stuff like that. So I'd be sitting there screaming at him because his health is low and he's got to like stab him to like gain this sands of time to like move time back, and it just stressed me out, and I was screaming the whole time, and my dad's like, we gotta turn this off because you're gonna die. Yeah,
you can't handle this, you gotta
I get stressed, as you know. I get stressed as games, especially games that like you're being chased and crap like that.
Yes.
I can't do that. I can barely handle Pac-Man. Like, Pac-Man is stressful as hell.
Oh my god.
Being chased by them ghosts?
Your dad would crack up seeing that. Well, we're not going to see it now, I don't think, but the oh my god, Resident Evil.
I'm going to replay it in October. Yes.
Like the shark.
In Banjo-Kazooie, the shark still terrifies me. Still gets me every time. Still makes me like scream when he gets too close.
Sharks in the water are always stressful, man.
Yeah.
I'm with Shelly on that.
But yeah, I'm planning on replaying Resident Evil 7 at Halloween because I tried playing it and it glitched out, and the only way to fix the glitch was to restart the game, which I mentally couldn't do.
I'm here for it this Halloween. I'm here for it.
Good.
I can't wait.
Good. You need to be there to mentally support me and be like, just
serious.
Do it, Shelly. Just do it.
I'm so here for it. I might have to lurk a couple of times, but I'm so there. I'm so there. I had to pick an equal. I feel like I should be supportive and pick a shitty game to play too.
Outlast.
Like Outlast? Oh god, I've never finished that game. Oh my god.
I've barely started that game. I can't.
I can't even get through the first part.
Like the first part when like you're downstairs and you got to turn on like the buttons. Nah, I can't get past that. We didn't know you could kill. You can kill the shark. Yeah, I figured it out. You can kill the shark. It's amazing. So I'm not as scared now.
Less scared.
Yeah, because I can kill his ass. But yes, you can actually poop out eggs and kill the shark. Yeah. And if no one has played Banjo-Kazooie, you don't know what I mean by pooping out eggs. But you can poop out eggs. Fun fact.
Get John in on that.
Hell yeah, get John.
He loves it.
When John was sad about that cow guy crying on the ship. It made him uncomfortable because the cow was crying.
He's like, I don't want to go talk to that guy. Crying.
That's so funny. Like, that makes me laugh. Like, that part just like makes me laugh every time now because I just think of John like
being uncomfortable
with his sad cow.
Oh, it's so great. I love it.
Oh my god. Good old video games memories. Core memories is like just playing games with my dad. I always think about like just the random games we've played and they make me laugh.
Yeah. We would have family battles with Tekken for a short period of time when I was a kid.
Fun.
We'd play Tekken. Yeah.
I don't fully know what that is. What is Tekken?
It's a fighting game.
Yeah? Is it like fighting each other type of thing?
Yeah. Like one-on-one, kind of like
Mortal Kombat?
Mortal Kombat, yeah. Mortal Kombat.
Okay.
Yeah.
That sounds fun.
Yeah. Lots of fun. I rage quit on that now. Like, Kona kicks my ass, and like last time I played it, I like couldn't play it anymore. I got so mad. Because I get like competitive. I'm a competitive person, but like I'm also very easygoing. Like I'm also like, that's cool. You lost. Like I'm not like a sore loser. I'm very like, I'm a good team player and also competitive. It's a blessing and a curse. But I haven't picked up Tekken since the last time I got my ass kicked. Because it made me so angry. Thinking about it makes me mad. Yeah. I don't know how to do combos and stuff. I've always been bad at that, so I'm a button masher.
Yeah.
I'm like
there,
like this, holding the controller like me,
yeah.
A, B, X, Y, B, you know.
Like one time, Jordan hooked up our like N64, and he put on GoldenEye, which I never played, but he played a lot apparently, and he was like really good at it. And I never played it, and we were playing like there's a version where like you can fight like each other in it.
Yeah,
and
PvP. Okay.
I was kicking his butt, and he got a little salty because he's like, "You've never even played this game." how are you beating me? And I'm like, I don't know.
Shooting you in the head.
I'm just shooting ya. Love the time doing that.
Favorite games.
Hell yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, Dad, if you ever come out here, we should do a stream and play something. You and I just sit here on screen.
Yes,
and you can play some Banjo-Kazooie or something
scary.
I don't think
together.
The random button masher.
Screaming. Yeah, I'm a button masher.
Same button masher all the way.
You're the worst, Jordan.
You're the
random button mashers are the worst. You're a random button masher. No, I am actually button masher, but boo, Jordan.
Boo earns.
Yeah.
GG.
I don't have any more. Am I the ass? I mean, I do, but
you can save them.
I think for next time.
Yeah.
That's what I decided. I had a good chunk. I think I had 5.
Yeah, I think so.
5. And then the Mandela book, that was fun. But I'm not going to do that again next week because you get it's the same shit.
And also, I think they've passed. Like, I haven't heard of any new ones really.
No, there's no new ones.
Like, if I find something like new, then yeah, we can add that. But
that was something I was going to say. Like, maybe we come up, like, we find one random, whether it's a random news thing that happens in your area, random fact, a random question we want to ask. Something random for next podcast that I'm still brainstorming. I was thinking like maybe a random like news story that happened in town that might be kind of dumb and funny, like something like that. A question like that might pop up and have like a nice conversation about that we could have a nice conversation. Something along those lines would be a good brainstorming like podcast ideas. I feel like I don't know what exactly, but we should think of some things on that front. And as you know, if anyone has any input or anything they want to like throw our way of things that we should be talking about in future podcasts or things you want to hear us talk about, I want to say send us a private message on our Twitter.
Yeah.
Oops, that's just twitter.com. Excuse me.
Go to twitter.com.
Go to Twitter. It's fine.
You can find us there.
Khalees there, you know, what a great mod. It's just fabulous.
Good mod, great
Twitter
mod.
Link out there, you know.
Just go to Twitter.
Anyway, so I say private message us on Twitter. We have an email, but I think I don't check it. Much better through Twitter.
I've never checked that email.
Never. I never do unless I have to approve something through another app.
Yeah.
So, definitely, or comment in the YouTube comments.
Yeah.
If you want to see anything, we read the comments. We're very active on that as far as making sure the comments are read and responded to, interacted with.
Yeah.
We want to see this podcast fly. So spread the word if you enjoyed the content you heard tonight.
So like an eagle.
You know. And any topics you fit that will fit your fancy or whatever or however. I don't even know. I'm terrible American. I can't speak words. Anyways,
I'm terrible at American.
Yes. I'm terrible American is what I said, but not at American. Anyways. And that's Wawta Podcast. What are we talking about?
Yeah.
Keep my head in my hands the whole time because I'm freaking always making a fool of myself. So.
That's okay.
I'd say this is probably one of our best.
Yeah.
Best shows.
I like it.
One of the most. Great show. Thanks. Not enough fart talk, you know? It just didn't pop up. It
didn't happen. Didn't happen.
Although when we gamed on Monday, I had the worst gas ever. I felt terrible because I couldn't even interact with you guys very well. I was so distracted by gas. Oh my goodness. If you obviously you know how to get a hold of Chelly, Crafty Woodworker. So if you have anything personal that you want to hear us chat about, anything like that, feel free to
just
message
give me a text.
You know
how this works.
Out, yeah. Well, if they pop up, it's considered a burp, isn't it? I mean, let's be real. Who should we raid tonight? Should we raid someone we know? Or
I
should
don't
we raid
know.
someone
I'm scared of
random?
raiding randoms because they might be
I
mean.
don't like raiding random people in the just chatting or whatever
Yeah, because there's too
genre
many.
on Twitch because it stresses me out.
Do
So
you have somebody?
I'm gonna say maybe we raid Jazz because he has 11. No one else
Sure.
that I see on.
Let
Unless you
me.
want to go to Oron.
No, let's go to Jazz. Here's our raid. If you want to copy and paste that, we're gonna go raid Jazz. He's playing Zelda, Pokemon. Something.
Looks like he's playing Mario Kart now.
Mario Kart.
Yeah. Make sure to copy and paste those emotes there and send all of your love. We want to put those in his chat. So
yeah, in Jazz's stream.
Yeah, in Jazz's stream.
Be there, be square.
This is what it'll look like when you go into their stream.
Yeah.
Or his stream, excuse me. And we appreciate you guys being here. This has been a fabulous night.
So good.
Y'all are beautiful. We'll see you next Wednesday for Wawta Wednesday.
Wawta Wednesday. Bye.
Keep you posted on topics on Twitter. Keep an eye out on TikTok and YouTube for shorts and beautiful clips made by yours truly, Chelly, up there. Yours truly, Chelly. See, I'm always making
yours truly, Chelly. Yeah, exactly. Well, you all have a wonderful night. Bye, guys.
Bye. Night.
That was a good podcast.
I loved it.
So good. So good, Jordan?
You're right, Jordan is so good.
Wow, okay.
You said it.
I technically did. My dad's like, wow, I am so over my head. Like, he has no idea what a raid is, what copy and pasting that means. He has no idea what's going on.
What are you doing? I'm lost.
Just we're leaving, and then he's going to watch this guy Jazz. Oh, my God.
Okay, I'm doing a tweet. Thank you all for hanging out with us tonight. Another successful Wawta Wednesday. We went over some Mandela effects and judged plenty of assholes.
Manila. You just said Manila.
Did I say Manila? Mandela. Mandela effects. It was maybe me earlier then.
Maybe it was.
Join us next week.
Yeah, like, I agree that we should just, like, make the movie thing, like, a special thing, like, when something awesome comes out.
Maybe a show we're interested. We can do episode by episode that's newer or something, or a movie.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
nothing. I don't think we should go, like, too... Because, like, I really enjoyed it, but I just think...
And also, let's not spend let's not spend money on it.
Yeah,
like, let's not go see a movie just so we can talk about it.
I agree.
That's silly.
Yeah, I don't think I'd be able to do that anyways.
Exactly.
I don't have a friggin' movie theater close enough to me to do that. You gotta mute you, Jazz. Yelling at me. Not really. But all right. Yeah, I want to see this podcast go somewhere, man.
Yeah, I think
so cool.
I think now that we're sticking to, like, the one, like, main topic, I think that'll help us.
And, like, I'd love for people, the more they get involved, I'd love for people to, like, give us their own input to
Yeah.
like not this input, but like stories, just like
Yeah.
Jordan did in that way. I'd love for people to like.
I think
get
like
more
that'll
involved in
come
that way. I think it'd be
like
great.
definitely in time.
Oh, it will. I mean, it's already kind of starting. Like my friend Melody, she was private messaging me on Facebook telling me about how she hears her mom and her mom's boyfriend
Gross.
banging.
Gross.
her room is above is above there, so she hears everything below.
Ugh.
It just made me laugh because I'm just like, oh my god. But that's cool. She came from Facebook. She saw it on the Facebook story.
Oh wow! Look at that.
Yeah. See what I'm saying? So, and I didn't do like a post. I just did a story. So
Yeah.
anyone who would have seen it. So that 32 people saw that.
Wow.
And I bet you a few of them popped in. Not everyone, but a few.
That's so cool.
Yeah, that's kind of neat.
Maybe next time I'll be brave and post to my story.
I don't feel pressured in any way. I use Facebook as it's like my prime social media. So like,
yeah.
And I get nervous because I have a lot of older people on there with the attitudes that you exactly described.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of the reason I don't like do anything is aren't you doing all these other things with your time or whatever? And it's like, anyways, none of your business what I do on my off time. Thank you.
Yeah.
Would you like to come enjoy my
like,
happy space?
Like I don't have a lot of like
doing.
old people, just people like I've gone to school with and like have worked with like previously that are all similar ages to me. But like, I don't know, like not all of them know how much of a geek I am.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, a lot of people, I don't think a lot of people understand how much of a geek I am either.
Like in school, like I was known as a kid that watched like those weird like cartoons and like listened to foreign songs. I was that weird kid that everyone's like, oh, there's Chelsea with her Korean stuff, Japanese things.
I was the weird one that liked wrestling, whose brother did a lot of drugs. So yeah,
that's like, a fun title.
I lived under a shadow of someone else, but like I definitely like I was the weirdo that liked wrestling. Like I'll never forget that. I was really into it. That was something I was really into. I really stopped being into it at a certain point, but I was a long time. I went to several shows.
Nice.
So,
the shows are the best.
Shows. Yeah.
The shows, like we don't watch it live now, but if a show came, we would so go. Just because it's fun to watch. It's so fun.
Yeah, it's just so great. I was at the iconic show where The Rock is playing his guitar in the ring, and Stone Cold comes out and fucks with him or something. We were at that show. It was
my god, that's exciting!
Show, yeah, in Sacramento.
Wow,
It was a Monday Night Raw. I was actually like really close to Booker T in Reno.
You told us about the time that he flipped
us off.
He flipped you guys off.
Yeah, I just mistook him from with Stone Cold because that was back in the day when you could like stand at the exit of these like coliseums, or not coliseums, but amphitheaters or arenas or whatever.
Coliseums, how fancy!
I don't know if it's a coliseum, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah,
giant area. What was that? The convention center, I think, is what it was. That I was at. The one that I was at was, I think, specifically called a convention center, but essentially a stadium, right? Mm-hmm. And you could stand at the exit and see the people like leaving and stuff. And Stone Cold had driven his own car, and we were standing there, and I was literally like, he had rolled his window down. I could have rubbed his bald head. Like he was right there. I was so close. It was the coolest thing ever. Coolest fucking thing. Way cooler than Booker T flipping us off.
That's a pretty good story, though.
Booker T was pretty solid. Because like we were saying his line.
Yeah.
And he got mad at us. And he flipped us off. And we were a bunch of kids. Because he was like, sucker! That was his line then.
Yeah.
Sucker! Or whatever. And we did it back. We did it to him because we saw him.
Yeah, of course.
Fuck you! And we were just like,
that's so aggressive.
Oh my god, Booker T just said fuck you to us. Oh my god! We were like so stoked.
I bet I also would have been stoked.
No.
Well,
myself, are you kidding?
I gotta go and take off my makeup and get showered.
Same. I should probably shower too before bed. That'd be nice. Shelly, what a lovely, successful Wawta Wednesday.
It was a good
Thanks for
Wawta
hearing me
Wednesday.
Sometimes I get nervous and all these like weird dumb words come out of my mouth and I like really need to tone that back.
What'd you get nervous about? We're just streaming.
I just get excited nervous. I don't know if that makes sense. But
yeah, I get it.
I don't know. Anyways. I love you long time. I will catch you on
the flippity flop.
I'll definitely hear